Oh, YouTube, how I have missed you. Welcome to the Manifesting You YouTube channel. I just wanted to say I am back. I did take a little bit of a break, and every once in a while, the person that's doing this kind of work, I feel it's beneficial to take a step back, to have a break, and to kind of work on your own energy. And so I'm doing great. I'm excited to be back, and thank you for your patience and continually watching if you're new. I'm so glad that you're here. So also check out, have a great discount on personal readings for the month. And without further ado, let's get started with your reading. Hi Scorpio, welcome to the Manifesting You YouTube channel. This is your Law of Attraction and General Love Tarot reading for the month of April 2017. Please check out your moon and your rising sign as well. That can resonate very strongly. And I know it's been a while since I've done your reading, so I'm really excited, and I'll do my best to make it really good. So anyway, I have shuffled and meditated, and we're ready to get started. All right, Scorpio, the first card here is going to represent what is important for you in the month of April, what your objectives are. The second card is going to represent what you're valuing and identifying with. The third card is going to represent a possible distraction, illusion, or doubt. The fourth card is going to represent the strategy and plans for you to make. The fifth card is the right attitude to have towards yourself and others. And the last card is the realization or the outcome. All right, Scorpio, let's look at where you're at in the month of April. We have the Knight of Swords. And let me tell you, Scorpio does not mess around. Okay, this is the fighter. I mean, just look at this person. You're ready to go, Scorpio. You're all revved up. This is beautiful energy, though, because you are a very powerful sign. And you're really harnessing your energy. You're going for it. Whatever this is, whatever you're passionate about, you're not sitting on the sidelines. In fact, you're being very proactive. And I feel like, Scorpio, this is taking a lot of strength. It's taking a lot of courage to do this. This isn't easy, and people should not underestimate what you've gone through to take this stance, okay? Because maybe you've had to be vulnerable. Maybe you've had to put yourself out on the line, and that's not something that you normally do. You don't show where you're at. You don't really show everything that you're thinking and feeling. But you're stepping out, and I do feel that you've had this kind of an awakening in awareness. It is a mindset. Your thought processes have sharpened. And now, with this knowledge that you have, with this newfound insight, you're challenging not only your destiny, but the destiny of those around you. And maybe even the destiny of the universe. I mean, I'm not saying that in like a bad way, but in a powerful way. Because, Scorpio, you do influence situations. And you have been given a lot of power. And I feel that whatever you're passionate about, whatever your belief is, whatever your conviction is, you're ready to make a change. You're ready to go out and to make your mark in the world. And this could be you partnering up with others. It's not necessarily that you're doing this all by yourself, because you realize that you can't carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. So that's healthy. You could be finding a friend or a mentor. And you could also be doing this for someone else. You could be being a champion on their behalf. You're fighting for the underdog. You're fighting for someone that's not as privileged. Whatever this is, there's a lot of passion. There's a lot of courage. There is a vitality to you, and it's taken a lot of strength of character. And because of this, I feel that you're very magnetic right now. I feel that you're attracting people, situations, opportunities, doors, ideas. You're in a very strong flow, and things are happening quickly. These can represent events coming to you swiftly. Because you're in this strong energy, it's not taking weeks and months for things to happen. It's like, no, you put your intent there, and it's like, bam, the next day you're getting a call. So swift speeds of activity, and it could almost be a little too much. Like, I feel like it's like, whoa, like, okay, yes, I wanted to get things going, but I didn't realize that it was going to be like this. You didn't realize your power, Scorpio, did you? It could feel chaotic, but if that's what's happening and it feels like a whirlwind, it's happening for a reason. You know, the universe is saying you are ready. Maybe you don't think you're ready, you're ready. And it's going to bring about better circumstances, not only for yourself, but for others. And I feel like the message is here is just get ready, but you are ready. But you know, there's always a little anxiety when things are shifting so fast. But that's pretty exciting stuff. And then lastly, I just want to say that your intellect is on point, Scorpio. Like, you've cut through the crap. You've cut through the BS with either a person, a situation, your life, a relationship, whatever. Don't mess with you right now because, you are someone to be reckoned with intellectually. You have done your homework. And so I think that's a really healthy balance. You're really cutting through a lot of things in your life, and you're having a lot of clarity, and you're using more logic and more reason, almost to the point of being blunt and just, denying feelings. So it can obviously go a little too far the other extreme, but sometimes that's necessary. Sometimes that's needed. And then others of you are dealing with an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. So obviously this is playing out differently. Okay, so what you are valuing and identifying with. In this deck, we have the 5 of Cups. This is your energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And you can tell just by the bright yellow sunflowers, this is really a feeling of optimism and joy. And I think that you've come to something. You've come to some realization that maybe weighed heavy on you for quite a long time, and now you get it. It's like now the sky has opened up. Maybe it used to be dark gray clouds, and it was just like heavy. And now it's just like that beautiful, fresh, crisp blue sky with puffy white clouds and beautiful sunflowers. It's like, from darkness to light. And you're enjoying this. You're like, oh man, all that pain, all that suffering, just to have a breath of fresh air, just to have emotions feel happy and to feel kind of like this sense of ecstasy and joy and optimism and hope and positivity. Scorpio, you're the scorpion. It's like you can experience the depths of the low and the highs of the highs. Any of you are identifying with this positive energy. It's surrounding you, and we know you deserve it. We know that you deserve that. Your dreams are finally starting to come together. Like it's within reach. Like you realize now that this is possible. Like you can make this happen. You can do this. And 5 of Cups also is about reconciliations. So anything from the past that kind of left you down, that left you with regret or bereavement, it could be some reconciliations. Maybe you meet with that person, but maybe you just come to peace with it finally. You just like decide, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm going to let bygones be bygones. I'm looking at these clouds. And I'm seeing like a face, like a nose, an eye, and hair. So I feel like there's a person in there. Maybe it's just me looking at that. Someone could be coming back from your past. I'm seeing a person in the clouds. And if they're not, like I said, it's just a question that has bothered you and nagged at you and irritated you. You're finally going to get a resolve. You're finally going to get an answer. And it's favorable. It's positive. It's going to bring about a new charge of good vibes, good emotional energy in your relationships. It's going to make you feel good. It really is a yes card. And I feel like for many of you Scorpios, this is yes in myself. Like, this is yes in your own self-confidence, in your own self-belief. Like, you know who you are now. Like, you know your inner strength, and you know what you have and what you have to offer. Awesome vibe, awesome energy. You're definitely looking at the glass half full versus half empty. You're seeing abundance and optimism, and you're seeing it in many places in your life. All right, so let's look at the possible distraction, illusion, or doubt. We have the 7 of Wands. So this is a fire energy, an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. It could be a female. It could be someone that you work with because she's in the factory, she's working away. The 7 of Wands is all about negotiating. So that kind of makes sense because you are very passionate. You believe 1,000% in what you're doing. And so someone else with a fiery personality could be female, may not be so keen. Maybe you're not seeing eye to eye. And so if it's not a specific person, it could just be people or something that you're coming up a roadblock against this passion where you're going to have to handle it carefully. And you're not really be in the mood to handle it carefully. The Knight of Swords is pretty direct, pretty blunt. And so when you see this card is like handling all these different elements, these different personalities, She has a lot of things going on. She has fires in the pan. I think that's how you say it. She has to multitask. And so handling all these things with TLC and with care, whether that be your business, your life, your home, your health, your relationships, your work, and doing it smoothly, that could be a little bit of a challenge this month just because you're so passionate and you just know what you want. And then the other thing is about communicating, staying true to yourself. Maybe there's still a temptation to want to please people, want to get their acceptance. And like I said, you're challenging destiny. What you're doing is taking a lot of strength of character. It's not an easy task. It's not an easy feat. And so staying true to yourself and staying true to your convictions, you will be tested and I feel like for a lot of you, it's outside influences. I feel like it's people. It's somebody. And the key here is to be, Scorpio, to remain calm, to have that inner confidence, and once again, to possess this courage. There's this need for courage right now to stand up for your beliefs, but to do it with tact, to do it with, that song by Selena Gomez, Kill 'Em With Kindness, to do it with diplomacy, because it's going to be important for you to maintain good relations as much as you are able. I mean, we can't control, you can be nice to someone and firm, and if they just choose to be whatever, what can you do about that? But as much as it is in your power, I feel like you're handling a lot of factors in your life, and it could be a temptation to get fiery and to get passionate because we have fire energy here. All right, so let's look at what you need to do. And this honestly makes sense. The Four of Swords, this is your strategy. Scorpio, whatever you're doing is pretty taxing for those of you that this is actually resonating with. And please allow yourself time, to recharge your batteries. You can tell she's in this little glass bubble. You almost need to detach. You need to detach. You have to have some point. You feel so deeply and you're so intense and passionate, which is your beautiful qualities. But you can only do that for so long. You have to have a time where you can rest and recharge your batteries. And I know that can be hard because you have work to do and you have, passions to pursue. But I do feel that this kind of renewal of your energies is going to be critical this month, especially if you're doing all this stuff and working on all these different things. And, you may be really pushing yourself in certain ways. And so you'll have these bursts of activities, these bursts of all this excitement. And it's we want to just keep going, like the Energizer Bunny. And the key here to keep yourself balanced and to handle everything is to recharge, because there is a struggling energy. There is some stress. Even if you're feeling positive, they can say that even things that are positive, like getting married or moving or going on vacation, can still be stressful. So even if you're having a good time and you're feeling high as a kite emotionally, we still have to take care of ourselves. So there might be a period during the month, and this could just be a weekend where you shut everyone out. Okay, people, bye-bye. I will attend to you later. It could just be a couple days, but I do feel like that will be helpful for you. And just realize that it's your gift. It's your gift of being so deep and so spiritual and intuitive and healing. I'm the same way. You have to take time to listen to your body and to listen to yourself as well. All right, so the right attitude to have towards yourself and others, we have the Three of Pentacles. You could be dealing with some earth people in your life, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Scorpio, you're elevating in the areas of your life. And because of that, you're commanding attention. You're working with people, I feel, that are more respected in society, teachers, lawyers, doctors, professors, people that just know their stuff, know their skills. And you're open to all these new things that are coming into your life. So people that are of influence is who you want to associate with. There's big plans for you, Scorpio. And so you want to connect with those that can help you and that you can help as well. It's kind of like a mutual thing. So finding those that you can assist, because this could very well be you in this purple intuitive uniform, commanding, leading, teaching with great delicacy and skill and detail and thoroughness. This could be you. Maybe you're taking on the teacher role now. Maybe you're the mentor. You're the coach. Go with that. This is beautiful energy. You are going to be a pillar and an influence in society that people respect, that people come to and look to for guidance because you know what you're doing. So if this is your role, embrace it and know that your intuition, and your higher chakras are being aligned so that you can do these things, that you have these skills available to you, and to embrace it and to feel good about it. Also, others of you, because you're pioneering, you're working about these new dreams and goals, finding people to assist you in your passions is going to be important as well. So investors, finding loans, scholarship, help for your dreams is going to be important. This is going to help you. You're going to have more and more positive results. People are going to want to help you. And it's just another sign, Scorpio, that your achievements are manifesting. You're getting results. Things are starting to show. I feel that you're going to be getting acknowledgement. So this isn't all going to be just in your head. People are going to let you know, wow, you're something special here. You have skills, you have abilities. There's going to be an acknowledgement of your efforts, and it is a 3 and even desires. Okay, so if you're feeling that you want something in your life, you're going to get acknowledgement that you're on the right path. Now, because we have 3, you're still at the initial stages. There's still work to do, meaning you're not a veteran in some area yet, but you have an amazing start, a very powerful start, and you're commanding respect and attention, and just be open to those opportunities to continue to grow. All right, let's talk about Scorpio. By the end of the month, I'm telling you, you've got some powerful energy behind you. We have the Chariot. Look at you go on your chariot with all your horses. This is why you need this rest right here, because of this. Because by the end of the month, it's not slowing down for you. Things aren't getting quiet. In fact, there's going to be even more power. It's like freaking coming out of heaven with like fire and lightning and bolts. And what I love about this is we have the dark horses and we have the light horses. We have the dark wing and the light wing. And really, Scorpio, that's what I'm sensing for you is you're like that phoenix rising. You've gone to the depths of something in your life. You've seen the depths where the darkest places, whatever that means for you, where angels fear to tread. And you're coming out victorious. You're coming out with knowledge and with power and with skill and with determination. And now you have the light. I mean, honestly, I feel like there's more light here. And that's what I love about your sign is that it's all about transformation. And yes, you go through quote unquote deaths, but each time you come out more powerful, you come out more of a healer. And that's really the intention for you is you're a powerful healer. So whatever this is for you, you might heal, you have specific gifts that no one else has. It could be knowledge, it could be teaching, whatever. You have more skills that you have developed. And the other thing that this is talking about, Scorpio, is that you're going to have to take action. This is dynamic action, meaning that you're going to get more opportunities. There's going to be more potential and you're going to see it. You're going to know it. And don't wait. This is like take action now. Take action immediately and concretely if you want to manifest in the physical realm. It's like the time is now. You know how there's seasons and ebbs and flows? Like that's why a period of rest before this, I feel like is going to be important. And it's saying that there's great potential for whatever you're pursuing right now. But it's still in its early stages. So for it to be actualized, for it to kind of manifest in the physical form, taking tangible actions is like the perfect time. And the time is now. And you're going to be required to still show a lot of discipline, self-discipline. So self-discipline is going to lead you to victory. That's huge. And honestly, Scorpio, I get that. And that's the thing with like water signs is because I have some Scorpio in my chart. And I know for me that emotions can be very extreme. And the key to my power is disciplining my emotions so that I channel them in the right direction. And I feel like that's what this is, this new power, this new strength. You can move mountains, Scorpio, with God's help, but you have to be disciplined. And you're going to have to persevere. There's a need for perseverance. You're still going to have feelings of inner conflict, because we do have the dark and the light kind of, bouncing off of each other. So if your energy start getting scattered, you're going to rein that back in and go for it. So, and you will. You will, Scorpio. So it's gonna be a powerful month. You're gonna accomplish a lot. And I think you're gonna you're gonna get a lot of encouragement and get glimpses of some great victories in your life. So anyway, I hope this has helped. This is gonna complete your law of attraction reading for you. Let's go ahead and get started with the love reading. All right, Scorpio, the first card here is going to represent your expectations, hopes, and fears for love in the month of April. The second card is going to represent the obstacle or the challenge to overcome. And the third card is going to represent the realization or the outcome. All right, Scorpio, so let's check this out. Expectations, hopes, fears for love. We've got an interesting reading here. We have the Nine of Wands, and it is in the reverse. Some of you here, we've got a lot of fiery energy in your love reading, so you could be dealing with a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries, but this could just be you as well. The biggest energy surrounding this card, honestly, is stubbornness. Or just saying, you know, like you can just tell this person is literally barricaded in wands. They're protected, like nobody's getting in here, nobody. I'm sorry, it's not funny, but I kind of feel like that's where you're at. You even have like a brick, like even if the person tries to sneak in up down here, around here, I mean, you're just barricaded in this fortress. Somebody here is unyielding, maybe you've just really come to a determination that that's it. Like, it doesn't matter what anyone else says or does at this point. This is where you're at, and you're going to stay there as long as you choose. I do feel, and if this is not you, this could be Scorpio, this could be who you're dealing with. It could be just refusal to even compromise. And I do get that based on your law of attraction reading too, your passions and your beliefs are probably so strong right now that coming to any type of compromise or negotiation could be out of the question. And honestly, I understand this as well. And people don't get this about Scorpio because it's very black or white. There's no gray, and it can be tough. It can be so tough. Like, people don't understand if they don't have any Scorpio, that's how you see the world. Like, it takes a lot for you to shift to get to that point. But once you're at that point, there's no going back. Also, you could be feeling like, I feel honestly, this is a protective thing for you. Okay. Some of you are just, your ego has been so wounded in love. You've been so beat up by, because the Knight of Wands upright is like just being like a battle wounded warrior, that, you're over it. You're like, I cannot give any more. I cannot make myself vulnerable any longer, not even for a second. I have to protect what I have left. I have to protect pride and ego. And sometimes we go through extremes, right? Like, you've been hurt, so now you have to go the other way for a while and just really protect yourself. I just feel that, relationships have been maybe a little awkward, like disagreeable, volatile. Someone could be just kind of obstinate, like not really open to another point of view. And you may just be like, it is what it is, like I'm not ready for a relationship. If you want to be with me, you can be with me, but like, this is where I'm at. Like, I want what I want, and this is what I want. Like, this is the way. And it's not necessarily bad, Scorpio, because that can happen. It can also be that, maybe you do want a relationship with someone, but you're both kind of very stuck in how you see things, and you're at a stalemate. You're at a crossfire. This person here is alone. So you may be isolating yourself. Even if you're in a relationship, you could just be alienating yourself or wanting to be alone because you're working other stuff out. And the reason could be is you might have a partner that you're kind of paranoid about, like you're suspicious, like they have to prove themselves to you. You're not going to just, be vulnerable and give everything away. You have your suspicions. And I also think, Scorpio, you just have so much on your plate right now. You have so many responsibilities. You have so many burdens. Love and romance is just too heavy of a burden to carry. And because of that, you need to withdraw, or you're choosing to withdraw and to retreat for the time being. Others of you, I'm not trying to be all negative. We have hope. Don't worry. Others of you are just kind of focusing on the past. You're rehashing what's happened in the past. And you know that you've got to deal with this stuff. There's still some baggage that's coming up, and things are just on hold for you emotionally. You're not able to move forward. You've kind of built this fortress around yourself. You know it, but there's a reason that you built it, okay? It's not just to have fun. there was a reason why you needed to protect yourself like this. My thing here is just don't allow yourself, if you have Scorpio, I think the thing is like, you can tell there's like all these bandages all over the wands. You just feel like you've just been so beat up and, you know, you have had emotional trauma. Like, who would want me here? Guess what, Scorpio? You're just as lovable now as you will always be. Like, you are loved unconditionally. God loves you unconditionally. You're perfect just as you are, everything that you've been through. And so it's okay to be here, but don't for a second beat yourself up. Love yourself unconditionally, wounds, bandages, and all. Because remember, this is part of your gifting. You're meant to go through these things so that you can be healed and that you can help other people. And you're completely worthy of love. And the key here is to love yourself first and to love yourself unconditionally, no matter what the situation is. Easier said than done. Yes, I know, but that is the starting point. So I just encouragement to not go the other direction and to beat yourself up. And then lastly, I do feel that some of you are looking at patterns that you've had in relationships, and maybe some of those negative patterns that you don't like are coming up for you. And so just step back and try to look at it objectively and like, okay, why did I react like that? Why did my partner react like that? Like, what is the lesson that's coming up here? Why are we revisiting this? There's obviously a reason. So just being aware of relationship patterns, you know, I know you're busy, but when you have time, that can also kind of be, this card can be talking about that as well. So, obstacle or challenge to overcome. It kind of makes sense. We go from the 9 to the 10. So that's what I'm talking about, Scorpio. You have been to the depths, and that's why you've been given this new life force, this new spiritual force, because if this is the obstacle or the challenge, I mean, you can't go any lower. There's nothing else you can go through. I mean, Scorpio, some of you have seen it all. You've seen it all. Nothing shocks you. But here's the positive about this that I want to encourage you. You have a 9, a 10, and a 10. Something is coming to a close. You've learned almost all the lessons that need to be learned. You're in the home stretch, Scorpio. You're not going to have to suffer like this forever. You're not going to have to be in this challenge with this person or relationship forever. That's the challenge, though, because you're over it. You're done. You're like, I just can't give anymore. The 10 of Wands is about being nearly there and not giving up right before you're about to reach the finish line. You know, you're right there, but it's so exhausting. It's hard to keep the faith. It's hard to keep hope. The challenge here is going to be to keep your head down and to keep going and to persevere, whatever this means for you, whether this is your own personal work, whether this is in a relationship, having faith, having belief. Also, just once again, I'm getting that the load is so heavy. I mean, I can feel it from here. I mean, all these wands, feeling overburdened, feeling overextended, doing far too much, stretching yourself too thin, being weighed down. And maybe this relationship or this person has just pushed you too far, like pushed you past the point that you can bear. So this is going to be challenging. And when we're so taxed and we're so drained, it's hard to see things clearly. You know, we're just like, we have no energy left to give. So, you know, some of you are going to be experiencing this, delays, blocks, frustrations, resistance, exhaustion. It's going to feel like a constant uphill battle, a constant climb in love. And it's challenging. There's really no easy way around this. And because you're a healer and you want to help other people, you could be taking on their energy. You could be assuming all the responsibility. And that's going to be a challenge to take care of yourself, you know, to not give yourself up completely. To say no if you need the time, if you need to take care of yourself, you know, maybe you're the one that's used to being responsible for everyone else. Like if I don't do it, it'll never get done. Okay, so I'm going to bring you some encouragement now after all that. Guess what, Scorpio? All your pain and suffering has been not for nothing, because by the end of the month, we're looking at the Ten of Pentacles. And you are going to be rewarded. You are going to be given affluence, material wealth, permanence. And I think what you're just going to come to realize is that you're going to start seeing the bigger picture in your life, and you're going to start looking at not the short-term results, but the long-term results. Some of you are going to come into money. You're going to start having more financial freedom and success. And that's because you've worked so dang hard, and that's going to help your relationships and just help stress from money. And I also feel that you're going to start seeing a lot, like all of a sudden, it's going to be maybe like challenge, 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 and then it's going to be like a burst of fruit, a burst of reward. I also feel that you're going to figure out your boundaries more. You're going to stay kind of more in what is established between you and your partner, like what works. You're going to just start really like channeling your energy into producing tangible results, things that last. This isn't superficial, Scorpio. Like this is going to go for the long haul. This relationship, this person could be an earth sign, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. You know, you are looking for permanence and stability, and it's like right there for you. And this is a really conservative card. So you might start venturing out there. You might start opening your heart. You might start kind of opening up to someone, but it's gonna take time. Like I said, we're looking at the marathon. This is not a sprint for you. And you're gonna trust in the tried and true processes. So you're going to go based on what you know works, even if you don't feel it or understand it. And I feel that you're also going to continue in the ways that have worked for you in the past. So you're going to find those things that have brought you success, and that's what you're going to go with in your relationships. But I'm getting here, Scorpio, that, you know, there's a higher plan for you. And so any of your relationships have to realize that you have a calling, that you're meant to have material and worldly success, and you're meant to help people. And through all these changes, that's really what you're going to be searching for, is this permanence, something that can be stable. Yes, you're going to go through transformation and change, but at the end of the day, you're going to produce something very powerful, very complete. All of your hard work is going to pay off, and you can tell there's just like success and wealth and prosperity and a little doggy. And you're going to realize that, yes, all of this change and excitement was necessary, but at the end of the day, something steady, something secure is what you're looking for. You might get a little bit more grounded and like, okay, I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to start looking at this more serious. I'm going to be more conservative, but like, I'm going to start heading in this direction. So I really hope this has helped you, Scorpio. This is going to complete your love reading. If it has, I would so appreciate for you to like and subscribe to the channel. That's going to make sure you get all the messages, the tips and tools on how to manifest and be your highest and best self. Thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful rest of your day.